host, Chris Berman.
Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to NFL Primetime Week 4, the first Sunday in October. Very autumnal, as Tom Jackson. Very of the season.
Thank you, bro.
Very,
you're not you as well.
Well, just trying to
nice
change things up a little bit. You know, in 14 games in week number 4, you had 10 home underdogs. And what that is an observation that the perception of the have-nots, that there are a lot of them.
That's right.
I don't know that that's quite it. We'll see. That's the perception, Tom, that there's a big difference. We talked about that this morning.
Yeah, and I also think that once we play through this weekend now, most teams will have played 4 games. You know who your teams are now.
One of those home underdogs was Houston. They're pretty good at home. The Raiders have won 2 in a row. Houston has never won 2 in a row in their brief team history. Kerry Collins in place of Rich Gannon, the starter, and he is nailed by Jamie Sharper, and it's the hat trick. The hit, the fumble, and the touchdown, 10-3 Houston. Watch famous Amos Zaraway, the one-time Steeler. Across the 35, and then whoop, and then back to the 25, and then whoop, and then inside the 15, whoop, and then look at him change like he's on a swivel. 55 yards, touchdown. We're tied at 10. David Carr said if we ever win back-to-back games, me and my dad, we're both going to cut our hair. We haven't done it. Barbers all around Houston hoping for some business. And Carr and Andre Johnson, what a combination they are, Tom. He goes up in traffic, and then there's Jabbar Gaffney.
Yeah, Jabbar Gaffney, look at the move, coming across the middle. Look at the delivery of the ball. Off his back foot, Carr puts it right where he needs to. They're down to the 1-yard line.
And Jonathan Wells scored a touchdown at 17-10 Houston. Now we're 17 all. Collins is picked off by Dante Robinson, the number 10 overall draft pick last year. He had a pair on this game. Sets up a field goal by Chris Brown, 20-17 Houston. Oh, it's a Kerry Collins. It's a shotgun. He's just not ready. Norvelous Norv. Man, it's a shotgun, Kerry. Then Carr says, we're in business. First play, fourth quarter to Johnson, and he makes the move on the 2, and he goes in standing up. And Houston goes on to win 2 in a row for the first time. There's Mr. Carr and there's David Carr. Both will be getting their hairs cut this week as the Texans even their mark at 2-2. Same with the Raiders, 30-17. Kerry Collins, 3 picks, a fumble. Meanwhile, Houston's, David Carr, I like his leadership.
That's right.
And he's showing us more than, okay, I'm a big lumbering guy back there. Not the case.
Well, his leadership, we know about his toughness. His rookie year, he was sacked 76 times. That's still an NFL record. So he's shown great toughness. And now I think he's starting to show you that athleticism outside the pocket, inside the pocket, great delivery of the football. I think that no team in this league goes anywhere without the quarterback. And they have a quarterback in Houston.
And the Raiders, the coach did alerted us to it. We like Kerry. He's done well. He brought a team to a Super Bowl. But the Raiders have to go with him now as Rich Gannon has the vertebrae injury, which could be career-threatening. We wish the best to him, but not very careful with the football. We've seen that before.
3 interceptions, fumbled directly for a touchdown. You just can't make those mistakes. But he does throw a good deep ball.
30-17 Houston. Big day in Houston with the Astros clinching, the Texans winning when we return. Donovan McNabb, could the Eagles go to 4-0? And oh, by the way, the New England Patriots are trying to win their 18th straight, dating back to September ago. Could Tom Brady and company do it in Buffalo against one-time mate Drew Bledsoe? Brett Favre, knocked out by the Giants, although he wouldn't sit down, and he's amazing, but the G-Men looking to go 3-1.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. Grab yourself a great-tasting, low-carb Miller Lite.
Save one for me. The moonlight in your eyes.
Oh! Okay, we've got illegal use of the brain on Tom. Passing out beer with less taste than Miller Lite. Replacing with great-tasting, less filling Miller Lite, half the carbs of Bud Light. We've also got intentional acoustic romanticism on Gary. Girls not buying it, tent invitation declined. Wait, what? Play beer.
Chicks dig music.
Miller. Good call.
Did you fill up the tank?
The new Silverado half-ton crew has more standard horsepower, more torque, and more towing capacity than Ford or Dodge.
It's never happened.
Chevy Silverado, an American Revolution.
This Wednesday,
We're going now, baby, now.
they're a dynamic duo.
We gotta play to your strengths. And thinking ain't one of them.
In this year's funniest movie,
You know, cops are supposed to talk to each other on stakeouts. It helps the mission go by faster.
Please, shut up.
So are you in the cars, or?
Taxi.
All right, you're on. You smell that, lady? Who that
Rated PG-13. Opens Wednesday in select theaters everywhere Friday.
Looking for the perfect hotel where you can just relax? Send in the experts. When you use Hotels.com, it's like sending in a team of experts to check out everything you need to know about hotels. So log on or call our certified hotel agents 24/7 to help you find the perfect hotel at the perfect price. Like Miami from just $49.95. Hotels.com. Best prices, best places, guaranteed.
On this island, no one is who they seem.
Don't trust her.
She's got that gun. What did you do?
See why Lost is being called the best new drama on TV. An all-new Lost, Wednesday 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
Redskins and Browns. Last time the Redskins were in Cleveland, Joe Gibbs was the head. Wait a minute, he's back. That's Joe Bugel, Don Bro, the veteran mentors of the Redskins, Mark Brunell, Lavernius Coles. Look at this move. Whoop! And it's a 30-yard pickup all the way down to the 7. He makes the move on Anthony Henry.
Yeah, a good move. Shift him to the outside, bring it back to the inside, and then I like the move at the end where he went and got an extra 10 yards.
Clinton Portis started the year off with that 60-yard run. This is 1 yard. It is a touchdown. 10-3 Redskins. Third quarter, same score. And we're seeing this now from Clinton. Here's a fumble. Mike Myers, yeah, baby, strips him of the ball, and the Browns recover at the 32. Redskins are going to challenge this, and they lose a timeout.
Yeah, you can see that Clinton is not on the ground. He's actually on another player. When the ball comes out, they lose a crucial timeout.
And it would cost them later on. Meanwhile, Jeff Garcia being chased, and he does this well, Tom. A little outside to Aaron Shea, 10-10.
I think at his best, outside the pocket, where he can deliver the ball with a clear line of sight.
And down 13-10, this time in the pocket, but one of the 18 Andre Davises on the Browns makes the 23-yard catch. Lee Suggs from the 3. Boom, is in, and the Browns lead 17-13. Now, 2:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Fake field goal. Derek Frost, tricky Browns. But boom, he's stopped, and Butch Davis-Campbell does not pay off, and the Redskins have the ball down 17-13. 2:08 to go. So the reason I'll tell you why in a minute. Brunell to Coles. Coles, it's a fumble. Earl Little recovers it. The Redskins, remember, they lost the challenge. They didn't have a timeout. They could challenge it before the 2-minute warning, but they couldn't because they were out of timeout. So didn't have a chance. Meanwhile, Coles fumble.
Second week in a row.
That they had no timeout.
Second week in a row, we have no timeouts at the end of the game. Lost the challenge, lost the timeout. Got to get it right on the sideline.
Suggs, 82 yards for Cleveland, who evens his mark at 2 until Clinton Portis, 20 carries, 58 yards. Not what they had in mind. Bengals at the Steelers. And the first of many meetings between Carson Palmer and Ben Roethlisberger. And if you're at Heinz Field, Tom, at Heinz, wouldn't you really like to have a Roethlisberger? What would go better with Heinz? Roethlisberger, 20 yards to Antoine Randall L. Little relish, first down. And then watch this now. Look at Roethlisberger's maturity, Tom.
Well, he's going to pre-read the blitz before the snap of the football, and then knows he's got to get it out of his hands. He's going to do that very quickly.
Vern Haynes, 11-yard touchdown, and Pittsburgh leads 14-7 early second quarter. Now 14-10 third quarter. Carson Palmer pressure. Joey Porter bringing it. Fumble in the air. Travis Kelce. Oh, he can't come up with it. He just... No.
And that's why Travis is a lineman. That's why he's a lineman, because he doesn't have those great hands.
First and goal for... Doesn't the Bengals look very Princeton-like? 1959. There's Dick Kazmaier running for a touchdown. Cosmo Yakavazi. No, it was Rudy Johnson. At any rate, Jerome Bettis, guess what? A 1-yard touchdown. His second of the day. 18 carries, 22 yards this season. He's up from 7 inches a carry to 40 inches a carry. Meanwhile, Troy Polamalu one-time roommate of Carson Palmer at USC. Whoop! And then watch this, and then whoop! And then at the 5, I'm not done. Carson, get out of my way! What a touchdown for the #1 pick of a year ago.
Yeah, and Polamalu, if you watch him, just look at the desire he has to get into the end zone. I like Carson Palmer trying to make this stick, but boy, you got to watch out for yourself. We need you to line up for the next play. John Kitna there giving him a little lesson, a little teaching from the sideline.
Well, in this game, the Steelers are now 2-0 in starts by Ben Roethlisberger, winning the rain at Miami, winning home against the Bengals 28-17. And, you know, Marvin Lewis is going to improve things at Cincinnati. But how about this number, which is it's just staggering? It's the 42nd straight game that the Bengals have gone on the road and lost a game to a team with a winning record, dating back to December of 1990, Sam Weiss. So, yeah, things will come. They're a learning curve. Pretty fast curve to date for Ben Roethlisberger in his 2 starts.
Well, I know that you've spoken to his college quarterback coach. I've spoken to his head coach as well. And what we hear is the same thing, that he's mature beyond his years, that Pittsburgh will be very satisfied with this kid. And when you see the 17 of 25, 174 yards, the touchdown that he threw for, those are not numbers that you expect. You expect him to play more like what you see from Carson Palmer. And I think we've already seen him do the thing that you want him to do. He's 2-0. He's starting to feel comfortable, and it's going to be his job, folks. Tommy Maddox, yep. I just have the feeling that Ben now is their starter from this point on, and you're going to have to be, you know, comfortable with that backup role.
A little ahead of schedule. And let's suffice to say, it's in a division, as we said before the year, where you can move a little bit. There's nobody that's going to be 14-2 in this division. This is the division to go young quarterback. The Bengals are trying it, and the Steelers are working it out thus far. When we return, well, this is not a young quarterback. Brett Favre. The Packers couldn't start 1-3, could they? It was a battle of Favre against another former one-time MVP of the NFL, Kurt Warner. G-Men trying to go G1 of the Eagles. T.O., 5 touchdown catches all the way coming in. Would he get some more? Eagles at the Bears.
Welcome to the Michael Vick Experience.
Put your hands and feet in the harness. Enjoy the ride.
That's not in the playbook, but it should be.
In the mood for something different? How about Levitra? Ask your doctor if Levitra's right for you. It's the best way to experience that difference.
Ask about a free sample. Ask about Levitra. Levitra, when it counts.
Next time you start on your way, think about the gasoline you choose. New Shell V-Power is specially formulated to actively clean your engine as you drive. You have enough to deal with out there. Your gasoline can make a difference if it's new Shell V-Power.
What's the status? Torn ACL. How about you? Still waiting for the MRI, but it looks like a blown elbow. Tommy John surgery. Not good. I've been putting out surgery for months. Now I know Shaq felt. Hey, Ramirez, how's the hammy? Tight. I'm into the whirlpool.
Jimmy.
Hi, Stan Patrick on ESPN Radio. This week's injury report is out.
ESPN Radio. Get your radio on.
You going out like that? No oxygen tank? Last time I left unprepared, the whole team was nearly destroyed by the Galeras volcano.
Experience adventures so intense you'll swear you're there. Dare to explore expeditions where survival is at stake. Expeditions to the Edge. Tuesdays at 8 on the National Geographic Channel. Channel 276.
No offense, but if you can lose all the weight you want easily, Cortislim is not for you. I'm Dr. Greg Cinnamone, and this very special dietary supplement was formulated for people who struggle with weight and have all but given up. Research suggests that it may not be all your fault that you're overweight and that controlling specific hormones can produce results. Lose the weight by making Cortislim the scientific centerpiece of your diet and exercise routine.
Call 1-800-278-8177. That's 1-800-278-8177. Call now.
Chevrolet Fantasy Ticker is brought to you by the new Chevrolets. 10 new cars and trucks in 20 months. An American revolution.
You know, they don't play very often, but us old-time football fans think of Giants at Packers. Vince Lombardi, Allie Sherman, NFL championship game, Jim Taylor, Paul Hornung running on a Robustelli and Cat. I know that was a long time ago, but a rare trip for the G-men trying to be 3-1 going to the not-yet-frozen tundra of Lambeau Field and Brett Favre. Off that battle of the ages last week against Peyton Manning. Now, another co-MVP, another MVP of the league, I should say, Favre against Kurt Warner. Warner right at Darren Sharper. Big day for the Sharper brothers, Tom. It was a Sharper image. There's the, hey, took Kurt 4 games to be picked off one time.
First one this year.
He's playing well. Brett Favre, watch this play. This is Brett Favre, young Brett Favre, old Brett, whoop! And then he goes, whoop! And then Fran Tarkenton had nothing on this, and oh, by the way, here's the completion to Bubba Frank. That's fine. But then, on just the normal play, it's Will Peterson to pick him off, and we have a scoreless tie at the half at Lambeau for the first time since 1980. Favre, chased out of the pocket, tries to throw it away. Big William Joseph of the Giants gonna fall on him, Tom, in the head. You see what happened.
You saw the back of his head hit the ground, and you know, for those of us who played and maybe those who haven't played, you could tell that Brett had a pretty solid concussion right there.
He goes out for a play, and on 4th and 5, he calls himself back into the game. Waves Doug Peterson out, and not really maybe knowing everything that's going on, he's going to throw a touchdown to Javon Walker. 28 yards, Packers lead 7-0. But now the Giants' ground game. Tiki Barber. Look at the hole off right tackle. He could go all the way. God, that shot looks like a video game. 7-7, 52-yard run. Now, Brett, they find out concussion. He's not able to return for the rest of the game. Doug Peterson plays, and we're still at 7. Kurt Warner, the nimble one. Kurt Warner, safe. And he thinks they get a touchdown, Tom, but it was a tight call. They said not.
Well, the rule is where you start your slide. The official, you can see him right on the line right there. He ruled he started that slide before the ball had crossed the plane.
But a couple plays later, they get the touchdown anyway. That's Jeremy Shockey in motion, catching from Kurt Warner, and the Giants lead 14-7. Craig Nall, the third Packer quarterback, with seconds to go. They got no timeouts. It's Robert Ferguson. Tick, 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 tick. Brett says, please, get up and spike. Tick, tick, tick. It's done. It's done. And Tom Coughlin's Giants, behind Kurt Warner, have now won on the road. They're 3-1, and the Pack, surprisingly, 1-3, with the final 14-7 Tiki, 182 yards rushing in this game. Mike Sherman explained how Favre got in, but then didn't go on.
I looked at him and he was standing right beside me. You okay to go? He said, yeah, I'm ready to go. So he went back in and did what he does. He threw a touchdown pass, and the doctors hadn't necessarily cleared him. So I was in error on putting him back in there. He did ask me if he could go back in the game, and I did say that the doctors hadn't cleared him, and he can't go back in the game until they get clearance, and they had concern because he just was, was a little cloudy.
Well, certainly, look, every thought with every player, certainly Brett Favre, they don't play again until Monday night against Tennessee in a game, oddly enough, the McNair is also hurt. So, the consecutive games, you worry about the concussion and everything, but amazingly through the TD. But look, the Green Bay Packers are now 6-6 in their last 12 at Lambeau Field.
Lambeau Field mystique.
They give up 400 yards today, Tom. They don't look good.
They don't look good, but you look at the other side of that coin, the Giants, what a surprise they have been for Giants fans. You think about that first interception thrown by Kurt Warner, and Tiki Barber, the guy who fumbled almost every game, still has not had a fumble this year. What a great job he did of running. Got some great blocking. Here he's coming off tackle. Look at the kick-out block. Look at the lead. Looking for the backer on the inside. He sees the crease, and he is straight up field, north and south, as quickly as he can get there. Again, we're going to come this time to the right side. You see right there, the H-back comes in motion. Tiki spots it. You get the kick out. Then look at this crease. There is a backer unblocked right between those arrows. He uses quickness right there to get by him, and again, he gets north-south as quick as he can, and then another run off tackle. Once you find the success in one spot, you keep going after it. H-back this time seals inside. Tiki Barber with great vision, gets outside, gets on the safeties, gets all he can, before one of those sharpers knocks him out of bounds. And I think, again, we're seeing game plan by Tom Coughlin carried out and executed almost perfectly. As you said, almost 400 yards of offense for the Giants. Over 400 yards of offense for the Giants.
And Tiki ran for 182 yards. Hey, that 5-minute early rule, it's working, huh?
Whatever it is Tom Coughlin's doing, it's working.
That's right. The Giants at Dallas next week in an interesting game. But meanwhile, in the division, everybody looking up at the Philadelphia Eagles and Brian Urlacher looking out. Terrell Owens looking to increase his league-leading 5-touchdown catch tie with Randy Moss. Meanwhile, Donovan McNabb sacked by Tank Johnson, one of the #1 picks. And Urlacher says, hey, we can play some defense here. At 6-0 Philly, 2 long acres field goals. R.W. McQuarters makes change. Unfortunately, the Eagles, for him, recover. Harbaugh's heroes playing well again on special teams.
Well, he was hit by his own man right there, Nathan Bashir, and he dropped the football. You don't want contact from your own guys.
And on the 11, right for it. Terrell Owens catches it from McNabb, and we do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 6 touchdown catches this year. 13-0 Eagles. McNabb, play fake to T.O. Only the sideline keeps him from the end zone. It's 44 yards. T.O. 8 for 110 today.
And you see the strength of T.O. He wanted his release right down the field, so he ran right through McQuarters so he could keep that distance away from the safety, and then he had the speed to get 7 yards of separation for the cornerback.
I like the way the Bears have played hard in every game, but boy, with Grossman now out there, young quarterback Jonathan Quinn, his 7th year in the league, he's made 3 previous starts. And this is what happens when you don't throw passes for like 4 years. You overthrow everybody, right? We saw that with Peterson, too. And then sometimes you don't overthrow, and it's nearly picked off by Lito Shepherd. Then Hugh Douglas back as an Eagle. He's still got the quickness, and he's in there for the sack.
Yeah, and then we're going to play a numbers game. You just watch the guys blocking at the line of scrimmage. Everybody's picking up somebody. Hugh Douglas is coming free. We have one more than you can block. Again, we come in large numbers. This is defensive coordinator Jim Johnson. You're blocking 2 guys. We have 3 coming. Even though you saw the open receiver right there, you do not have time to get rid of the football. You got to make instantaneous decisions. Young quarterback who hasn't played for a long time, not going to be able to do
that.
The
Bears are in a tough spot. They're outmatched by the Eagles on this day. They played hard, though. They kept it to within 10, 19-9, but the Eagles are 4-0 heading to a bye week. We gave you T.O.'s number. By the way, Brian Westbrook ran for 115. Caught 9 balls for 63. Akers from Louisville had 4 field goals of 40 yards or over. And the Philadelphia Eagles, yeah, they're rolling. They look, the game wasn't really that close. Bears off. When we return, Patriots going to tie the NFL record with defense. Bring up a win in Buffalo where they lost 31-0 last year. How about offense? Colts against the Jags defense. This would be a superior matchup at all tell.
ESPN puts the spotlight on the highlight with ESPN 25 the book. Available now.
Thank you for bringing me.
You look beautiful.
I've got an eligible beer in the cooler on Hector. Less taste, very unmacho. Replacing with great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Half the carbs of Bud Light. Wow. We've also got a disproportionately hot girlfriend. I will need further review.
Hi there.
I think I could.
Oh, please.
Hey,
Tina.
Oh.
Miller, good call.
Say the shade is more of an off-brand Bolivian salmon. Let's see.
last time on Dream Job.
Welcome to Sports Center.
I am Whitney Scott.
The power of cheese. You guys were the best thus far. It was sensational to me.
Have fun. This is Sports Center.
Scared the living hell out of me.
If you don't get better now, you'll be home soon.
First to go was Casey, then Valerie. This week, 8 will be back, 1 will be cut, and your vote counts.
Believe it!
Who will win the desk job of a lifetime? Dream Job, live at a new time. Midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific, Tuesday on ESPN.
You've tried over-the-counter surface treatments to cure your infected, thick, discolored, or flaky nails.
Why bother? Nail infections like me live deep under your nail.
They didn't work because only a prescription medicine can reach and effectively treat the active infection that may even spread to other nails. Prescription-only Lamisil tablets can help. Call now for your free information kit and $10 off your first prescription. Unlike surface treatments, Lamisil is a pill that works through the bloodstream to target and attack the infection at its source, under the nail. In fact, you may start to see clearer, healthier nails in just 3 months. Lamisil isn't for people with liver or kidney problems. In rare cases, serious side effects in the liver or serious skin reactions have occurred, so your doctor may do a simple blood test. Other side effects, including headache, diarrhea, indigestion, and rash, were generally mild. Ask your doctor about Lamisil tablets. Call now or visit Lamisil.com to get your free information kit and $10 off your first prescription. Once daily Lamisil tablets. Get your nail infection where it grows.
Welcome back to NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have Mo, Larry, Curley, and defensive tackle John Henderson. And he's ready for the game. Why Iota? Never mind. Peyton Manning and the 3-1 Colts, the 2-1 Colts, the 3-0 Jacksonville. Manning to Marvin Harrison, 15 yards, 7-0 Colts. They lead 10-3 at the half. Jacksonville keeping it in their range. Peyton Manning play action, Marcus Pollard 16 yards, 17-6 Colts after 3. You figure that's enough because Jacksonville, as well as they play on D, they don't have the O. But wait a minute, did I say D? Darryl Smith. Look at this play by Smith. First he meant, what? I've got it. And first they called it no interception, and then the ref said, well, on one hand, I thought that he might not have had them, but on the other hand, I looked again and he made a really good play, and so after careful thought, we ruled that Darryl Smith has come up with the football, and what a play that was. Meanwhile, 4th and 1. Gambling, Byron Leftwich to Jimmy Smith. Wow, these are the Jags!
Yeah, reminiscent of what we used to see, and I'm going to date myself here, the Packers all the way back in the 60s.
17-15, and then Leftwich. Brian Jones hits a 2-point conversion, and we're tied. Gambling, Jags, Jack Del Rio, chopping wood. Here they go. Next possession. 3rd down for the Colts, their own 32. Manning. And the Jaguars figure they have him stopped with 9 minutes to go in a tie game, but holding Jaguars.
Yeah, you take a look at it here. Dwayne Washington right there going to get flagged for holding Reggie Wayne. Just slight right there. And you have the feeling that the Colts are going to get their share of those kinds of calls this year.
Good comment. Less than 4 minutes ago, 3rd and 6. Manning, Brandon Stokely for a first down. A face mask penalty gives him a couple extra yards. Edger and James, touchdown. And the Colts with 3.5 to go lead 24-17. 2 to go, 4th and 1. You know Fred Taylor's getting it. Rob Morris in the middle of that Colt defense, and company make the stop. Measurement confirms Colts have held. And so Jacksonville game, but they fall for the first time this year. So they and the Colts lead their division, the AFC South, 24-17. Indianapolis at Manning, 2 touchdown passes today, now has 11 for the season, Tom. But Jacksonville give Leftwich the nod.
Well, I give Leftwich the nod, 29, 41, 318. I thought that they might have some success moving the ball against the Colts, but you knew that those Colts somehow were going to get 20-plus points. The Jags have to figure out a way to score more points.
Of course, the only game the Colts lost this year was to the New England Patriots, and the New England Patriots, that's really not news because, do you know the last coach to beat the New England Patriots? It's amazing when you think about it. Steve Spurrier. Last September, the Washington Redskins beat the Patriots and they fell to 2-2. They have not lost since, and the NFL record is 18 straight regular season playoffs combined. 17 in a row for the Patriots heading into their game in Buffalo. That's our prime cut. If you're wondering where the Patriots have been, they played one game in 24 days because they had the Thursday game, then they had a game in Arizona, then they had a bye week. Buffalo as well off a bye. Drew Bledsoe against his old teammate and old team, Tom Brady and the Pats. But they didn't have this before. Corey Dillon. Bang! 15 yards. Dillon had a $150 in their last game at Arizona. First touchdown as a Patriot. Bills special teams, but for a different reason. Terrence McGee makes one move. And I don't think Adam Vinatieri, game as he is, and his great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, member of Custer's crew, not going to work. 98 yards, we're tied at 10. Second quarter, Bills, you had a feeling first half would come out flying, but the ball flies on Drew Bledsoe. Tyrone Poole with the pick, returns it to midfield. It's one that got away. So ensuing drive, move it up to the 2. And the Patriots are going to go ahead, but no! Corey Dillon fumbles. Chris Kelsey recovers Buffalo. A wagon circled. And we're 10-10. Next drive, Brian Moorman is the punter. Tricky Bills special teams. Look at the wheels on him. Moorman converts into a first down. 34-yard run.
Yeah, first he made a great pickup of the ball, and then he showed some athleticism, and then he pointed for that last block. Maybe he should be playing another position.
That was pretty good. Next play, Bills 41. I like this. After a big break, Bledsoe. Eric Boldsheet, 41 yards. Touchdown. Buffalo is ahead of the Patriots, 17-10, bringing them all they can handle. But then, Brady, not so fast, 2-minute drill to David Patton. The general, wide open, nifty moves at the 2-yard line. Game on, tied at 17. Move that way to the fourth quarter, 4th and 1. Adam Vinatieri, well, this is money. Good, but Buffalo offsides. So, Bill Belichick says take the points off the board. Mike Mularkey says, wait a minute now, maybe we can stop them. And they almost do. Dillon, he's trying to crawl in. Oh, ball out before they ruled the whistle blew before the ball came out. So the Patriots keep their hands on it. Brady, tight end Daniel Graham. Touchdown, 24-17 New England. Now 3 minutes left. 4th and 3 Bills. Belichick calling, bring it on defense. Teddy Bruschi. Fumble. Richard Seymour. And he's got a block from Bruschi. And Rodney Harrison is there to mutilate anybody that comes near Seymour. The big guy, 68 yards. Touchdown. The Patriots defense seals the deal. And then they had about 3 sacks after that. And New England has now won 18 straight games. Congratulations to the Patriots. They've won it 31-17. And we should say that if you're looking for records, this is a pretty good list. Bill Belichick's Patriots have now won every game starting with last October. 18 and counting. The Broncos, which won back-to-back Super Bowls at 18. The 49ers, with me calling the plays at 89 and 90. Joe ran them all right. The Dolphins in 72-73, and a couple of George Halas Bears teams. Pretty darn good list.
Inside the Numbers. Brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game.
Well, the Bills gave the Patriots a tussle, and New England knew they would have that, but in the end, the Patriots bring their defense to seal the deal, Tom.
It is a tough matchup for this Bills offense and Drew Bledsoe in particular because they're so aggressive, New England. When they come at you, they come at you in waves. They come at you with different people. Sometimes it's the guys on the outside. Sometimes it's the guys on the inside. They use a plethora of different people in order to put pressure on the quarterback. Here they're going to come with the 7-man rush. It's going to be Mike Vrabel off the top, Teddy Bruschi coming inside, and Bledsoe again. This ball he gets rid of, but you see he's got to take the hit, and there's the opportunity there to make a play again. 7-man up again. Roman Pfeiffer going to come untouched from the backside. They can figure out where you can see him, where you can't see him. Right there, you can see Drew felt it right at the end, and he was going to get a sack. And then Teddy Bruschi right there, up on the line. He's not hiding what he's getting ready to do. They just come in waves. They come in numbers. This the biggest play of the game. He causes the sack. Seymour picks it up. He's gone. Game, set, match. And I think what we have here, Boom, is just a bad matchup. The Bills have a guy who holds on to the football a long time. You've got this highly athletic, aggressive defense. And, oh, by the way, they know him as well as they know any other quarterback in this league.
Well, a couple of Bills linemen went out during the game with injuries. That's like sharks swimming around in the blood. 7 sacks. Bruschi had 2. Mike Vrabel had a sack. Roman Pfeiffer had a sack. Rosie Colvin had a sack. Seymour had a sack. Vince Wilfork had a sack. They got New England's, 13 sacks now, I believe, in 3 games. Look, they do it with defense. I mean, they haven't played, I'm sure, up to Bill Belichick's delight all the way across the board. But the last time I checked, they're winning the games.
That's right.
They're winning it with defense at the end.
18 in a row and counting.
And they play Miami at home next Sunday to go for 19. And that crowd and a team will be up for it. But they're not the only team that's undefeated in the AFC East. That would be the New York Football Jets. Chad Pennington and the Jets off a bye, playing in Miami. And then Emmitt Smith. He's done just about everything in football, but not this. Arizona tries to get off the schneid. We'll be back.
And make the next right.
Electromagnetic navigators love emerald nuts.
I'm looking for someone who can do just about everything.
That's me.
Can you make color copies? Collate and bind my presentation?
Sure can.
Sign for deliveries?
Can do.
Pick up my dog at the groomer?
No.
Handle all my packing and shipping?
Worldwide.
Welcome. When can you start?
How about right now?
The UPS Store, helping your small business in more ways than you thought. Get it done. Get it done right at the UPS Store.
Extreme nurses love emerald nuts.
Mom, Dad, I got in.
Wow! Ivy League. That's so great. Imagine that. Ivy League. Can you believe it?
Need a smart way to pay for college? Come to LendingTree.com. You can use a home equity loan for just about anything. Call now at 1-800-737-6216.
Ivy League. I'm just so proud.
Call now for home equity rates that are still as low as 3.99% APR and find out about the no closing cost option.
Sweetie, this is Vladnitz. He'll be renting the upstairs bedroom.
Honey, I'm getting a home equity loan to pay for college.
Oh.
Want banks to compete over you? Come to LendingTree.com. Choose the home equity loan that's right for you and take advantage of the no closing cost option. When banks compete, you win at LendingTree.com. Call now at 1-800-737-6216.
You have but one question.
This hot dog is from the LSU homecoming game. What's in it?
It is what it is, through and through.
So, the hot dog is made of hot dog?
Your wisdom is surpassed only by your ignorance.
ESPN College Game Day, built by the Home Depot. Saturdays at 10:30 on ESPN.
Sunday Night Football, the St. Louis Rams in San Francisco to play their longtime rival, the 49ers, who for the first time since 1977, a week ago, were shut out. Time to start a new streak, but could the Rams keep the Niners held down? With highlights of our game, here's Linda Cohn.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, Rams-Niners. Marshall Faulk, you know what? The Rams are a perfect 25-0 when he rushes for at least 100 yards. Mike Martz, you finally listened. Bolger, hands off to Faulk. His 40th career 100-yard game. Faulk, 23 carries, 121 yards rushing. Still in the first, 49ers down just by 7. Tim Rattay hit by Tommy Polley, and Leonard Little would recover. This would lead to another Rams touchdown, 14-0 Rams. It was 17-0 in the second. Mark Bolger back to work, 17-25 for 186. Over the middle to Isaac Bruce, who becomes the first player in NFL history to start the season with 4 straight 100-yard receiving games. First since 1963, and then Bolger to Steven Jackson for the finishing touch. And Sunday Night Football continues next week at 8:30 Eastern when Ray Lewis and the Ravens take on the 1-3 Redskins. The game is preceded by Primetime and followed by SportsCenter. Now, back to Boomer and NFL Primetime.
The New York Football Jets off a bye against the Miami Dolphins, just looking for something. Herm Edwards has Chad Pennington, and he also has Curtis, my favorite, Martin. A first quarter 1-yard blast. Jets lead 7-0. 7-3, second quarter. Leonard Henry. Look at Leonard Henry. Shift the ball. Running it across midfield stripe, and that would lead to a Dolphins field goal. Jay Fiedler starting back at the helm for Miami, 7-6. Chad Pennington, first pick of the year. Arturo Friedman, and naturally it's the defense that's putting them in business at the 10. But Miami's offense, oh boy. Third and goal. Jay Fiedler. Marty Booker can't get tradition. It's no touchdown. They hold him to a field goal, 10.
And not one pass in that series thrown into the end zone.
However, this pass is thrown into the hands of Donnie Abraham, who Isaacson Jacobs it, 66 yards, touchdown, 17-9 Jets. But it would get worse. There was a series where Jay Fiedler, just pressured by the Jets, off the hands of Conrad to Victor Hobson. 3 picks. Every time he looked up in the third quarter, it was a pick. And then Martin with a 12-yard blast. It moves him past Thurman Thomas, 10th all-time on the rushing list. Congratulations. Then Fiedler. He tried the lateral. Fumble. John Abraham. I thought he was better with the ball than Feely, but maybe not. The Jets beat the Dolphins 17-9. And for New York, we told you about the heroics of Curtis, my favorite, Martin. The Miami Dolphins have not been 0-4 since their first season. Expansion, 1966. George Wilson Sr., the head coach. George Wilson Jr. and Dick Wood were the quarterbacks. Oh, my goodness. They haven't allowed more than 17 all year, and they lost every game.
Yeah, it's not the defense that's hurting them.
Really? Saints and Cards. Emmitt Smith. He's done so much. The all-time leading rusher. He would watch as Aaron Brooks. Saints on the road. What could happen? First, they win at St. Louis, but it's a dry heat in Arizona. Hey. The Saints,
fumble the snap on the 1-yard line.
Can't trust them. Saints, tricky Saints, double reverse, box. Adrian Wilson, 35 yards, touchdown, Arizona. Denny Green looking for his first win as Cardinals coach. Emmitt fumbles, Saints recover. So both teams fumbling at the goal line, but Emmitt would redeem himself. Cards in Saints territory, second quarter, Emmitt, 16 yards. Later in the drive, Emmitt Smith has never thrown a pass in the NFL until today. Yes, today. Ian Video, touchdown, 21 yards. Emmitt, perfect passer rating for his career. Bet you never thought you could say that. And then he catches one for 18 yards. But this is what he does best. Better than anybody in the history of the game. Up the middle. Oh, shades of the old Emmitt Smith, Tom.
Unbelievable.
Emmitt, 127 yards rushing in front of friends and relatives in Arizona at the game. He now is tied Walter Payton for the most 100-yard games rushing with 7. The Cardinals, 34-10? What was that? Tom, what was that?
Called a thumping.
Emmitt Smith does it all, and here it is. He's tied Walter Payton for most 100-yard games. 1 ahead of Barry Sanders, more ahead of Eric Dickerson. He's only the 5th man, 35 or over, to run for 100 yards. Bill Brown, MacArthur Lane, John Riggins, Marcus Allen. You know what? People go, why are you still playing? Because he enjoys it.
He's playing because he loves it. He's passionate about the game, and he can still play. And then I could combine that with the passion that Dennis Green has for the game as well. This team has been in every game that they have played, even the one they played against the defending world champions. And it looks like Emmitt's getting better as this season starts to go on.
Right, absolutely. Arizona, hope on the desert. The Saints remain one of the biggest mysteries in the NFL. When we return, this guy is no mystery, LaDainian Tomlinson. How good would he be today? Certainly the Tennessee Titans had to buckle up against the Chargers. Well, maybe not. Mike Vick. Falcons trying to go 4-0 at the home of last year's NFC champion, Carolina Panthers.
I've got incomplete beer on Edward. Attempting to rock with a beer that has less flavor. Replacing with genuine flavor, cold, filtered, smooth, Miller Genuine Draft. Whoa! I've also got unnecessary spandex on Edward. Too much information. Rockstar status, decline. Play beer.
Miller, good call.
Don't worry, kids. I'm fine.
Should we call someone?
Put the phone down. Come on. What did I tell you?
You said not to call me for 7.
That's right. And besides, we're rolling.
Daytime calls costing you a fortune?
Oh, no. Oh.
Come to T-Mobile and talk whenever nationwide.
Music whenever.
T-Mobile gives you the most whenever minutes. 1,000 for just $39.99.
T-Mobile. Get more.
On the next I'd Do Anything. It's a dangerous race to the end zone.
That is a sick joke.
Bring on the bees.
Oh, my God. Buggers just got me to net.
And soccer goals from 5,000 feet.
That was the scariest feeling I ever had. I was scared like a schoolgirl.
I'd Do Anything, Tuesday at 10 p.m. on ESPN. Risking it all for someone you love.
Women love a well-groomed man. But why struggle with clippers, scissors, and razors when grooming is so easy with Microtouch? America's #1 micro-grooming tool. It's small, versatile, and goes places clippers, scissors, and razors can't. Trim sideburns and beards. Ear hair, neck hair, nose hair, gone like that. Snap on the trimmer and tame bushy eyebrows instantly. Microtouch is available at microtouchtrimmer.com. Or call now and get the Microtouch for only $14.99. You'll also receive our deluxe 10-piece grooming kit, complete with everything you need to always look your best. You get the Microtouch and your free 10-piece grooming kit, all for only $14.99. Operators are standing by, so call now.
Call 1-800-357-6644.
Tennessee Titans at 1-2 going out to San Diego. And a rare development that Steve McNair, badly bruised sternum, could not start. Billy Volek starts, but LaDainian Tomlinson started and finished. 15-yard touchdown, San Diego Superchargers. We'll do it more, don't worry. Titans down 7-0. Volek with a fade pass to Derek Mason. We're tied at 7. Then this kid, Antonio Gates. And how about the way Drew Brees is putting up points, Tom? Brees feels it. They said if he doesn't play well, Phillip Rivers going to start. Not today. 11-yard touchdown, 14-7. And then 21-7, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Whoa.
Watch this.
Whoa.
42-yard pickup, and he passes Paul Lowe as the all-time leading rusher in Charger history, 24-7. Onside kick, Titans after it's 24-10. Titans can play special teams. They recover. 4th and 1. 8 minutes to go. Volek to Derek Mason. First down. So we got a game, huh? Because Volek to Shad Meyer. 3-yard touchdown, 24-17. But then, Brees, Rashae Caldwell. Great one-handed catch. 58 yards. Gone. Look at it again. Look, Ma, one hand.
Well, what a great grab he makes. And then he takes off downfield. Now I'll sing. San Diego Superchargers.
How about LaDainian Tomlinson? We didn't see this enough. 147 yards on just 17 rushes. So despite the fact that Billy Volek set a second most in franchise history completions with 39, Warren Moon with the mark. San Diego clobbered the Titans, and we mentioned Paul Lowe, fitting. Chargers wear the best uniforms in football. Throwback next week at home against Jacksonville. Broncos, Bucks, and civic treasure John Lynch, 11-year Buck, a fabric in the community, comes back to Tampa and gets a rousing ovation, as he should, even though he's now a Bronco. His friend Brad Johnson throws to Michael Clayton, and Lynch touches him before he gets up, or at least does he? I mean,
Coach Shanahan's not going to be pleased. You got Champ Bailey tripping right there, and you can see that Clayton has the ball. He starts to get up. He realizes that he's up off the ground. John Lynch touches him, but he goes on. He's not officially down. It's a touchdown. When we show that now, flashback to the playoffs last year against the Colts, you have Marvin Harrison receiving this pass. You've got 7 Broncos around, and he gets up untouched and runs for a touchdown. So this is going to be a focal point of at least a couple of meetings, getting guys down and making sure that they're down, you know, so they don't get up and run for touchdowns.
And there's Lynch stopping longtime teammate Mike Allstott in the backfield for a loss. Jake Plummer, Reuben Jones collide in the backfield. Jones battles for the first down. Jake, at times, Plummer handing up to Darius Watts. Turns up the wattage for a first down on 3rd and 3. Now 3rd and 3 with 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Plummer almost intercepted, but the Bucs called offside. There were a lot of plays that the Bucs either shot themselves in the foot or a ruling went the other way. And hey, Denver wins it on the road. So they scored 6 at Jacksonville and 16 at Tampa Bay in 2 Florida trips. They've split those games, so the Broncos are 3-1. Plummer 13 of 31 for 138. But Denver wins, and Tampa Bay, they've never been 0-4. Well, no, actually, they've been 0-4 many, many, many times, but not since '96. But John Gruden's Bucs are 0-4, and he's 1-8 lifetime against Mike Shanahan. They had to exchange Al Davis stories on the field before the game. They had to.
Yeah, I think they had a few at least.
They had a few. All right, Broncos, come on now. Falcons, Panthers. First quarter, Jake Delhomme to Muhsin Muhammad. Hit by Brian Scott. It's a fumble. Keith Brooking recovers. Ensuing focus, Warrick Dunn. Getting it done for the undefeated Falcons.
Yeah, and I think you're starting to see Alex Gibbs' effect on this offensive line. The north-south running to get through the hole quick, get your head going downfield, and get what you can.
And then Delhomme, the Panthers off a bye week, zip to Muhsin Muhammad. Nice play here, 23-yard catch. Sets up a Deshaun Foster tough touchdown run. We're tied at 7. Now it's 13-10 Atlanta third quarter. Dunn is stopped. Vic hit by Brandon Short behind the play. They were trying to smack him around today with the Panthers.
Yeah, I thought that the Panthers, and this is what they do and what they do best. Their front seven taking advantage of what they can do in terms of hitting the quarterback. They want to hit the running back. They want to be very physical at the line of scrimmage.
And then Kevin, after Vic retaliates there, you see it, and the flags go for everybody. So grudge match, and remember Carolina in the Super Bowl last year, Atlanta made the playoffs year. These two teams, you know, not the fans from each city can drive to the other one's park. Then Kevin Mathis, whose pick sealed it in overtime last year on ESPN Sunday Night Football, does it again to Carolina. Kevin Mathis, and chances are his 35-yard return would help the Falcons go on to beat Carolina 27-10. The defending NFC champs are 1-2, but Mike Vick, new coach Jim Mora, and the Falcons are 4-0, Tom. For real?
Yeah, I think they're for real, and Mike Vick and this West Coast offense, they're going to get better. They're going to get better at running the football as well, I think, especially with Warrick Dunn. But the thing that I'm most impressed with is maybe their defense. They won a game 6-3 last week. They give up only 10 points this week. If they can have the defense come along, because that's what you need when you start getting down to December, when you start getting into January in the playoffs, you've got to have your defense ready to play. Mike Vick and his play will take care of itself. I still, you know, I'm going to be maybe the only one who says it. I'd like to see him leave the pocket and improvise more. I just don't think you can worry all the time about him getting hurt. And I think then his whole game will blossom.
Well, look, running, Vic was 35, Duckett 63, Dunn 77. I mean, so you get a lot of help. Yes. And that'll help a defense, which we already know can sack the other team.
That's right. They're certainly very aggressive at the line of scrimmage.
So the Atlanta Falcons, 4-0, one of the surprises this year. And when we return, our primetime players, our primetime play of the day, maybe a sum up or two on Week 4 in the NFL where the dogs were howling.
ESPN puts the spotlight on the highlight with ESPN 25 The Book. Available now.
If a homemade dune buggy can have an off-road suspension
If a solar car can use lightweight materials to increase fuel efficiency, if a vehicle this small can have incredible power, then why can't your truck? At GMC, our engineers don't just ask questions, they have answers. Introducing the mid-sized GMC Canyon. Professional-grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
At American Century Investments, we've managed money for more than 45 years.
With integrity,
hard work,
focus, hard work, patience.
Why are we so committed to our values?
It's simple. Because we're so committed to performance.
Before investing, carefully read the fund's prospectus. It contains investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and other information which should be considered before investing. Contact us or your investment professional for a prospectus.
American Century Investments. Genuine results.
This is our house. Everything you have trained for your entire life has prepared you for this moment. It's us versus them. All I want to talk about is how big they are, and that this is the year they knock us off. Well, when they come in here, they got to play our game in our house, and nobody beats us in our house. We must protect this house.
In the mood for something different? How about Levitra? Ask your doctor if Levitra's right for you. It's the best way to experience that difference.
Ask about a free sample. Ask about Levitra. Levitra, when it counts.
Next time you start on your way, think about the gasoline you choose. New Shell V-Power is specially formulated to actively clean your engine as you drive. You have enough to deal with out there. Your gasoline can make a difference if it's new Shell V-Power.
On this island, no one is who they seem.
Don't trust her.
She's got that gun. What did you do?
See why Lost is being called the best new drama on TV. An all-new Lost, Wednesday 8/7 Central, only on ABC.
When the world's just waking up, I'm already out on the road. There's the Beckers. Our kids play ball together. That's the new industrial park we just built lines into. If you work for a local electric co-op, you're part of the community, just like everybody else. You make every customer feel like they own the business you work for. Because in an electric co-op, they do.
NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite. Grab yourself a great-tasting low-carb Miller Lite.
Boomer, my game ball and my primetime performer is Tiki Barber. And boy, did he do a great job of running the ball for the Giants and setting the tone for that offense. 23 carries, that's about what you'd like to see him have. 182 yards and a touchdown against a Green Bay defense that is really struggling to stop the run.
Tom, my game ball goes to a young man, he's still a young man, who's adding to his resume. A touchdown pass, another 100-yard game rushing for the all-time leading rusher in football, Emmitt Smith, and the Cardinals get their first win of the season. A tremendous day, why he's still playing. Now, we'll have time for this. The primetime play of the day. And a year ago, the Steelers moved up in the draft to select the safety Troy Polamalu. A little slow coming on last year. Nothing slow about this play. Sealing the deal against the Bengals, who do look like Princeton. Look at it, whoop, and then whoop, and then Carson Palmer, get out of my way. Touchdown. So New England goes for the record next week at home against Miami. New England, the Jets, Eagles at 4-0, Falcons at 4-0, Seahawks rattle undefeated. Dolphins and Bucks are 0-4. Niners haven't won yet, pending on the night. Chiefs haven't won yet. Bills haven't won yet.
That separation. We talked about the bottom tier and the upper tier.
But the streak not snapped.
No, that's true.
Welcome to Auburn.
We're on a streak, too.
For Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching.